time to look at the schedule and the... actually, before we look at the schedule, we can look at the standings in the FACEIT League. And then, again, we'll just have a quick recap of what is coming up. So, we can see Fnatic, as per usual, are close to, if not at the top. 3 for 3 at the moment. And again, they've had some spectacular performances in the few matches they've played so far. NV close behind, only playing 1 match today. NiP are going to play catch-up today, as they have played no matches as of yet, and they're going to play 3. So they'll be on a par with Fnatic. But will they be on a par in terms of points? That is yet to be seen. Titan have gone 0 for 3 at the moment. They, in their previous performances in their league, they haven't done fantastically well. And it's not going great for them at the moment either. We'll see if they can turn things around today.
Well, I mean, they did just sign Scream, of course, so that's happened. And the interesting thing about that is that all the roles have changed. Oh, not all of them, but for example, Existence is now in his position where he's actually getting himself stuck into the action a lot more. We're seeing now Shox has taken the lurker role because that was kind of what Maniac was doing, and that's kind of why they can't both be on the same team because. And that's why this is kind of like the statement about part of the thing that's that Maniac highlighted in the statement is like, well, they've recruited a guy that kind of does my job and is better than me, and if you can't have like Shox on the team not doing what Shox is going to be best at, so Shox has gone back to this role. So we know that he can do a lot with it, but he's not done it in quite a while. So he himself is warming up to this role. You have Scream now. Scream's generally. He's a bit more support. He's not as frag heavy as he was in King Winner G2. So he's kind of having to like figure out how does he fit into the team, and then you've got RPK and Existence as well fitting around them, kind of changing stuff up. Because so they're in this period of transition. So I don't know how much we can expect from Titan just yet, but I think the Scream thing could be really good. But I think it could be really good just based on having the roles switched around the team, not necessarily because of Scream. If you see what I mean. I'm
excited for this Titan. I was really happy when they made that announcement because it's close to the Titan that we remember and
MBK, Shox, Scream, Existence, and Kenny S. Was it? Oh no, Kenny S came in. Smiths and then Kenny S, right? Or
so I think Smiths and Kenny S and Shox had never played on the same team, if I remember. That's what Thorin's always mentioning. So, but that was that was thoroughly enjoyable. And I hope we see glimpses of that kind of team again here today.
Yeah, they're going to be really cool to follow now because like I said, the roles thing. And this is something we saw, it just generally like is a theme, and why All-Stars teams don't necessarily work. It's because you can have the best players in the world, but if they're not able to do the things that they do best on the team, with the other players doing things that they do the best on the team, then you have all these clashes. You have this, the team doesn't synergize properly, doesn't gel properly, and then you have a lot of issues, and everyone's like stepping on each other's feet. It just doesn't really work. But if you're able to have like a team with less skilled individuals, where everyone's doing like the right role, that really makes a good Counter-Strike team, then boom, they can accomplish a lot of things. And I think Titan always had these kind of role-based issues. A lot of teams had that. I remember Cloud9 before they had this lineup. They constantly had role issues. It's a really big deal. So I'm excited.
One question that's going to be interesting going forward is how different a Titan will it be because of these change up in roles. I'd say like 2 months from now. I always say 2 months from now. Because they've had one person replaced, but again the exchange of roles, and it's good to see Existence in there and fragging rather than being the guy just throwing the nades and holding back. It's much better to see. So
yeah, it's like the Envious on it now. They kind of proved themselves so heavily against Fnatic and in that tournament very recently. So that's really exciting too, because Fnatic. One of the reasons why I love Fnatic is because, I mean, I don't necessarily love Fnatic. I'm not saying like I'm a massive Fnatic fanboy or something.
One of the reasons I love Fnatic. I don't love Fnatic.
But I love the idea that you have a team. Like they're occupying this space right now where they're basically the most consistent top team, and they always deliver results. Like online in the online portions, they'll always dominate. We know they're probably going to be top 2 of the FACEIT League. It's pretty likely based on their results, their skills statistically. Same thing. TSM are kind of up there in consistency, but they're not like Fnatic. Fnatic is the baseline of like if you beat Fnatic, then you're doing something very right. So it's really cool to see that they're the bedrock of like the very top tier professional Counter-Strike. And we also have, of course, that result of Envious, and that was really nice to see because I was very afraid that Envious wouldn't recover with the lineup changes, but they've managed to really sort themselves out quickly.
Let's have a look at the statistics here. Where the skins are going? Well, on Unicorn. You can see the Unicorns are going in favour of NiP, as is the money. And CSGO Lounge G2 are they have a bit better odds, but of course it is the Swedes who are, well, the majority Swedes who are holding the numbers there. So what are your expectations for this match?
Well, we're going to be watching Train, so it's an interesting one because I think NiP, the style of Train that they want to play, is they do like to fight, and a lot of the top teams like the style where there's more engagements and so on, instead of playing the more strategic Train with a more execute heavy Train on yard and so on. So I would actually expect that G2 could have a better chance than the odds really show, especially Twist in there. Twist is really good, but I expect NiP like I'd say 60-40. I definitely give them the edge, but I feel like it could be close.
When Scream left, my first thought was like, and in terms of who to get to replace him, my first thought was Twist. But it's interesting the dynamic because you saw Scream said that the Swedes were speaking in Swedish. I'm assuming Rain Norwegian was probably in there as well because there's similarities in their languages. So now with another Swede in there, I wonder how Fox it's like it's like Swedish plus Fox. I wonder how that's gonna go. I was always
a little bit curious what would have happened if you had a Twist joining NiP, like what that would have looked like, because he definitely had the skill to do so, I think. So that would have always was like kind of these fantasy situations, like what would have happened if Twist was in NiP, and of course allu played like amazingly, and he's an amazing player. So of course it's not any one thing that caused kind of like what seemed to be the downfall of NiP over the last year or so. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's quite cool that he's playing so much at the moment. Of course, he's not having the best results ever with his team right now. Copenhagen Wolves, the Twist and the Swede combo, they recently lost the FlipSid at the qualifier. It was kind of close, and Vendetta was pretty disappointed because he was actually helping to coach them. He was saying to me that in practice, the theory was really good. Like Zevis really understood a lot of the situations, how to tackle a lot of teams, all the strategies that they could fall back to, especially like when it came to dealing with certain teams like the FlipSid game, because they knew they were going to be playing FlipSid, so they were able to prepare for them. Yeah. But he said, and I can definitely see that this after casting the game, when it came to actually applying this inside of the game, that it kind of fell apart a little bit. So that was what happened. So I mean, I think Copenhagen Wolves have a lot of potential with Twist, but we might not see him on a star-studded lineup anytime soon.
I wouldn't be surprised if he got pinched by someone, to be honest with you.
It's quite possible, I think, yeah.
But we'll have to see. Yeah. So we're waiting on one player, I'm told, which is why the match hasn't started yet, but hopefully it'll start soon.
Do you think he could be pinched by the G2 lineup? On a permanent basis?
Well, there's a lot of rumors swirling around. I think the G2 owner recently said that they have 2-year contracts because people are thinking, some people are saying, like if you look at Lopez's Twitter, for example, he's just firing away on this topic about, is NiP gonna do massive swaps and take G2 players and so on? But if you look at Per, the owner, one of the owners of NiP, he's not very friendly to these rumors. He was tweeting earlier today. The owner of G2 as well was like, blah blah blah, 2-year contracts. I mean, you never know what happens behind the scenes because you can have a 2-year contract, but if you're getting, say, a trade in players such as Titan Envy, then who knows what's possible?
Yeah.
Anything is possible, really, generally speaking. But if you're a player looking at G2, I don't know how much you'd know of as a player. I mean, not you. Of what's going on in the background, but do you see them as like a stable team, a long-term team, or do you see them as a team that might implode at any moment? And of course, there's not just that, but also you have to think of what Scream has been saying as well, saying there was infighting and so on, and he wasn't happy there. Like you have to bear that in mind. You're going into what might be a negative atmosphere. Of course, he can find out he's going to play with them today.
Yeah, it's kind of weird with G2 because I feel like like with Virtus.pro when they signed a 2-year contract, I think they were one of the first teams to like sign a really long-term contract. It's like, okay, yeah, I can see this. We've got a team that we know that they work. They're really experienced players, and yeah, definitely the dynamics work. It very much felt when Kingwin first came together, they just got thrown into this lineup, just kind of mishmashed into this lineup because there's a bunch of good players that were homeless at the time. It's almost like a foster home or an orphanage where eventually some parents come along who are looking to have a new addition to their family, and they don't want to conceive. They go and they.
Yeah, it's gone too far.
Yeah. No, but you see what I mean? Like, it could be one of those teams where there's a lot of trading with players. They'll always have high-tier players, but kind of the ones that don't have a
So you're saying it's a foster home, Dan?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. That's how it feels to me at the moment.
All right, well, knives have been sharpened. Blood has been shed.
I think that's a good rule. If I ever use the word conceive in that context, I think I should just cut it off right there.
Yep.
I think it's over at that point. But yeah, we'll see. We have Dennis, we got Fox, Maikelele, Twist, and Rain. I actually really like this lineup of players. I think this is an awesome lineup of players. You know, with Twist in there. Twist is like so versatile. He's so incredibly skilled at everything. Like, the guy is great with an AWP as well. So imagine just the sheer AWP potential in a team like this. Twist is sick with the AWP. You got Maikelele's brand of quick flicks and chaos with his AWP. You've got Fox, who is an excellent AWPer as well, and you've got Dennis James. You've got a lot of really good offers on this team. It's actually kind of nuts.
Well, this is a good map for AWPing. Maybe we'll see 5 AWP for the first time.
I mean, Rain is also like ridiculously skilled as well. I mean, I already mentioned earlier in the cast, okay, all-star teams don't necessarily work, but this is fun. It's fun to watch them. Let's see what they can put together against NiP. We jump into the pistol round. We have G2 on CT, and we have NiP on the T side. And, well, it looks like a pretty standard start at the moment, especially if NiP are going for a play into the lower or the inner site. And that looks like exactly what they are doing.
Well, in they go. First kill goes the way of CTs, but Trader, that's going to be advantage for the Ts. You can see Friberg just pushing, forcing the aggression. He doesn't want these CTs to get anywhere close to the bomb site, and he's just going to go in there and try and kill as many as possible. Rain goes down. Maikelele's got all of 1 HP. And now he's got 0 HP. So just down to the stand-in Twist, soon to be dispatched of by the man himself, Mr. Forrest, the pistol master Dan, born with a pistol. Yeah,
I really like the B rush, the inner rush on the T pistol. I think the only vulnerability is getting pre-nated before you get into the site. But once you get into yard, it's very different to the buy rounds dynamic in that site, and it's really favorable for the terrorists once you get down that ramp. So pretty cool rounds. Now it's going to be the force buy, and we got a lot of scary players, as mentioned, from G2. So they could definitely pull off some really nice kills with these, the Deeks, the 5.7s, the CZs. As NiP, I don't think they are going to be waiting for too long. They're going to go in straight away.
So Friberg taking down Rain, but we've got 2 close quarters engagements here. The knife coming out, but Xizt is not having any of that. Dennis will go down. So 3 versus 2, and now NiP have a challenge on their hands. They need to try and find out where these remaining 2 CTs are sneaking, but try and make sure they don't get close to these guns as well. Going to be difficult to do both. You can see they're spread out across the entire map at the moment. Getting right, just looking towards CT spawn, and down will go Maikelele. That will make things a hell of a lot easier. They can push the site and try and get a crossfire, but Xizt, with the smoke emerging, will fall to Twist, who has now picked up a Galil.
I mean, decent damage, 3 kills. I mean, they could have turned it into more for sure, but NiP, they are going to be content as well.
I feel like Friberg is going to punish us for not picking him now.
I don't know. I don't think that Friberg knows or cares what we do with our live streams.
He's going to punish us, Dan.
He's going
to strike us down with many frags.
Are you? Is he some kind of CS:GO deity?
He feels. I can see it. I can feel it. He feels ready. Ooh, allu with the AK. Very nice indeed. Had a Mac 10 last round. Obviously saving for the AWP. Friberg just coming in with a simple pistol to finish off Twist, and that nade's going to do a lot of damage to Dennis, leaving him on 41. We'll see if he can find himself a Forest. Ooh, double nades coming in. NiP can and a third one. Kobe. NiP always good with the nades. They are the first team I saw on the CT side throwing the nades over a slope on Mirage to nade people setting up for nades of their own. And a triple nade into a very common spot will finish off that round for them.
So now the AWP is in play on allus. So I'm wondering how Kingbin are going to play this round. I think playing it aggressively is definitely be very helpful, and they are actually playing a little bit of aggro there. We've got, I believe it's Dennis who is towards Pop Dog, so they're forward, somewhat forward in yard, although he doesn't have cover really from someone close in that in the T main area, sorry. So it is very vulnerable, that position. However, they have smoked it off for the time being, which does allow that forward position tends to be quite safe for now. So NiP, they are setting themselves up for a simple yard execute, and we were talking about this before. They love to get themselves out there very quickly for the Angels, and we're going to have even a team kill coming in from Maikelele onto Fox. allu's up on the top of the trains. Oh, that was a sickening flick there from allu. Great start as G2 are completely destroyed. Their A defense has crumbled to the might of the NiP Wrecking Ball, as Dennis looks for a cheeky frag onto Friberg. He'll get one, and allu will pick up the second. That is excellent shooting from allu, though. He looks really on point. And I have seen that most of these players playing, I mean, hours ago, in stuff like FPL, just streaming and just shooting around, and they definitely seem pretty warm in this situation. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing some more of these yard engagements, because we're just going to get both NiP and G2 going out to yards in so many rounds, just playing those pure aim battles, and it's going to be glorious.
Okay, so NiP need to identify where these CTs might be stacking, as it would make sense to do so. And you can see the CTs seem to be stacking towards A, but they're going to give NiP some long-range engagements, and NiP will come out on top so far. allu and Friberg tags, but Deegan headshot from the USP will swiftly change things. Xizt going down as well. Now NiP have a problem on their hands. They've got a man disadvantage. They've got to try and avoid the crossfire coming in. Maikelele with another USP kill on to get right now, leaving only Friberg versus 3.
Nice shot by Friberg, so he's going to do some extra damage. He can still win this round, though. Lots of time to play with. The bomb, however, is in a very unfortunate position. He will spot one player to his right, Rain. He knows he's behind the electric box, and he spotted the next player as well. They are playing the peaks quite effectively, though, and Friberg is finally going to be eliminated. So great round there from G2. They're going to actually be able to pick up some weapons. They don't grab the AWP, though, but that's okay, because Maikelele is going to be able to afford one, as is Dennis, and that means we are going to start to see some of this AWP potential we were talking about previously on this map. They've got 2 right now, but they can very well play with 3 or 4. I mean, with the players that they have. Not necessarily this, will it be optimal on this map, but hey, I want to see it. Show me the AWPs.
I wonder, if they had 16k, I wonder how many AWPs they'd buy. That's the question. Because obviously Fox is an AWPer as well, but he's been reduced to 3rd AWPer, it seems. Who knows, even 4th with Twist on the team. So he will just be rifling for now. So, Bomb still loitering around T-Spawn, maybe peeking towards A main, but moving now towards the pop bomb / B. 2 CTs towards Ivy, which is being held down by GetRight at the moment. He's just causing problems for these CTs, although his teammate has fallen in front of him. That's Friberg.
Yeah, I mean, there was a smoke between both of the players, and Friberg decided to take the initiative to go through. And, well, GetRight will get the refrag eventually, so that's going to save some face there for Friberg in this situation and equalize things a little bit. And Forrest, he's been tagged down low, but he's going to get the distraction kill onto Fox. Up on the train he goes, with GetRight pinching from allu. This is starting to look like a pretty decent setup. Nice double on the spray down. It's going to be Forrest and GetRight now trying to save this against Dennis. He's full HP, swapped for the M4 now, and he will slowly creep up. He has the element of surprise playing to his favor, and that is the bomb down. Here he goes, he wants to finish it, but GetRight will shut him out, and that was an excellent, very old school kind of the 1-2 punch from Forrest and GetRight. Feels like it's 1.6 again.
Yeah, GetRight just so good, just ready and waiting, man. Has so much experience in this game. So, NiP back to winning ways. G2's economy crushed. They bought double AWPs that round, and that was the first round prior that they had won, which means that their economy is going to be in tatters. It's going to be tarnished. It's going to be like an old sofa, which the dog has been chewing at. So, here comes the push from NiP. You can see the MP7 on Friberg. He's looking for that bonus money, those anti-eco kills. He will know that their economy, the C2 economy, has been crushed. Oh, the right-click nade. It's going to be a lot of damage onto Twist, but finally there are some frags coming in from Friberg. GetRight's going to steal the second one with a grenade. And it's just Friberg cruising through the map with an MP7, and now the Glock. Yeah, and there we go, fairly standard rounds. Pretty
nice. I like that they have the confidence just to go out there again and again and again. Especially, they know they're up against really terrible weaponry, so they're just going to push forwards. No Kevlar either to really help out G2. So we'll see a buy coming in from G2. But this is that spot where it's like, okay, guys, we know we have enough money where we can buy, but it kind of sucks. I don't know, James. Best not to really think about it.
You know, on Skype, his avatar is DMX. Like, who is Xizt? That is the next question. Who is this man?
I don't know.
Because he speaks to me, he's very nice and just polite and quiet. And I don't know.
He's kind of like the secretly the biggest troll, as well as as what I hear is also say.
Oh, the angles! I told you we should pick Xizt. Very nice. Fox going down. Yeah, I know. I'm just reiterating the point, Dan.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got a FAMAS, a Scout, and an M4 left here for G2. This is falling apart, and NiP maybe have an insurmountable lead on the T side already. We'll have to wait and see.
What was that?
Please explain.
That was amazing. Like, that was beautiful.
Analyze this.
So I think, you know, this is just a lot of mechanics we're seeing from NiP. So you're seeing, like, for example, Xizt there. He's just spraying down very common positions through the smoke, and this really exposes, you know, lack of experience or lack of playtime from G2's perspective, in comparison with how much NiP as a unit have grinded out train games. We know, you know, back in our last season when this map was kind of becoming popularized and everything the circuit, last stage, they played this map so much. They desperately wanted it to become like the old school NiP favorite, and oh, it definitely looks like it from this game we're seeing here. We're seeing excellent entries again into Yard against the pistols of G2.
He's carrying the bomb as well. They just don't care.
Yeah, they really don't care at this point. They know they've got a lot of games to get through, James. You know, time is money.
Forrest in Olafmeister mode. As, there was, you know, it was very common for him to just charge through. But on buy rounds, that was an eco at least. But on buy rounds, he just charged through A main.
Question, James. Do they get FPL points for winning matches in FACEIT League? See? They should, shouldn't they?
That would be
because they probably don't. Because that would be really stupid, but they should.
Well, buy round for both sides now. This time it's just a one orb, and now it's onto Fox. So he said, all right, you guys had your lot, now it's my turn. Rain gets naded into oblivion. Fox playing on the A site now. He's searching, he's seeking, but will he destroy? See if he's able to find anyone. Looking into A main, there is somebody there. But they're not peeking at the moment, although Fox has to be paranoid. Oh, he must have clipped him through the wall. Indeed, he did. Allu down to 21 HP, but it's 4 versus 2 now. Twist taking down Xizt.
Gutted. Absolutely gutted. There's Forrest as well. He's going to push down Twist, and Dennis is sitting on the bomb site. It's like, well, you got to plant the bomb.
This is interesting, though, because NiP can't afford to take the 1v1s here because almost all their plays are tagged apart from Friberg. So Dennis could actually make this one versus one. There it is. He's going to clutch it for the team. That was, I love those kind of dynamics where there's more players, but they're all like one bullet away from dying. Sometimes you find a clutch, as does Dennis.
Dennis the man. So 8-2 is the score. And NiP in a position where they can money screw G2 again. That's kind of terrible for them. G2, a lot of pressure to win this round. Maikelele is the only AWPer. They got a mag, a couple of FAMAS, not many grenades. They need to get aggressive, and again they're doing so, which is good. Because you want to hold them, the NiP want to get in the yard fast. So you need to hold them behind those choke points. You cannot let them get there. Oh, Xizt. It's going to just drop onto Twist. That was painful. And now NiP slowly working that one-man advantage. And I like that they're slowing down here because G2 might panic in a spot like this and be like, oh crap, we need to equalize, we need to do something. And so NiP are waiting for that response and looking to capitalize. So it's very level-headed of NiP, and there it is. We get that P from Fox. Ali's going to pick it up. Now NiP can move in, but Maikelele is in with the AWP.
Yeah, still a man advantage though for NiP, and just under a minute on the clock for them, so they can just toy with this remaining remnants of the G2 side in this round. Down goes the AWP for Maikelele. Now there's only 2 left. Get right, just waiting for the peak, but again with good timing, he'll look at the opposing angle. Dennis is slowly being swallowed by the Cobra here, and there it is. Rain versus 3, but again we're in the same situation now. Xizt with only 12 HP, and Rain could even this up, and then who knows, maybe even clutch round. Bomb getting planted.
He's done it before, James.
Xizt is going up Pop Dog towards T main. So it's going to be interesting. Did Rain see Forrest there? Indeed he did, and down Forrest goes. But is he going to go for the defuse? He's going to block himself. He hasn't got a kit, so he's got to go for 10-second defuse. He's looking towards Pop Dog. The rotation paid off here for Xizt. I have a question, Dan.
Yeah.
Like almost every round we're seeing different people AWPing on the G2 side, which makes me think this is kind of a screamy CT side for them. You know, the round prior we had only Fox AWPing. This time we have only Maikelele AWPing. And on their first buy round it was Maikelele and Dennis AWPing. Seems that there are various directions on the A side.
Yeah, that's the problem for them. And on a map like this, you need a lot of understanding what your teammates are going to be playing and how they're going to be playing. So, and if you don't know that, then when the yard is attacked, where do you look? Because you don't know where your teammates are supposed to be covering. And there's so much stuff happening at once because the space is so huge and there's so many angles. You need seriously sick coordination and team play. And this is a big advantage that NiP have to abuse. And the other advantage they have to abuse is that they are just sick players. They're like super good at this game, which is why they're in NiP.
We should reiterate how the maps are picked in the FACEIT League, just so you understand. It's not your normal veto process. We have a home and away system. The away team vetoes 2 maps, and then the home team picks from the remaining 5. Every team, of course, gets to have a home match versus every opponent. So this seems like a master stroke by NiP so far.
Yeah, it's definitely paying off well. G2 really would have liked a really good start on this map, but this is kind of the opposite. They've been money screwed at every opportunity, so NiP looking good. And they're playing exactly how I expected them to, which is just to pressure and play picks, because they're completely abusing the fact that G2 don't really have a lot of coordination, and they don't have as many drills on this map. Of course they don't. They're playing with a stand-in. NiP, this map is all about NiP. This is the map that they love to play. It's a map that they have always loved to play, and you see the experience showing through. So 11-2 is the scoreline. We'll get Maikelele jumping onto the AWP again.
Maikelele has 2 kills. Twist has 3 kills.
One thing to note as well is the fact that NiP have not really ever gone into... they've never gone inner with their buy round. It's not happened yet. Inner tends only to happen when the yard is not working. So, yard has been working so well for them. They might try to get a bit of a distraction going on inner just to mix it up and change the timings, but they'll probably finish on yard again. It's quite likely, I would say.
So TCT, 2 CTs playing towards Ivy. Once again, this has been somewhat common for G2 in this half. And they're playing close pop dog, but again, they had a smoke down in A main. They're not going to push it. I think if they were able to pop flash a CT in there, then maybe it would give them a bit of help trying to close out this run. But looking at the position of Get Right, I guess he's holding down Ivy for now, but he could also hold down main. Had Forest with him, so I'm guessing both angles were covered. You can see Fox pushing into the pop dog area. He'll be traded by Friberg standing on Allu's head. There we go. Now finally there's a man advantage for the CTs, but can they get any more than this? The bomb's down in pop dog. So things starting to work out. Rain with another frag there. He's got 3 so far. Just Get Right now versus 3, but he's going to get a bullet to the brain.
So, and G2 in this round, they actually put 4 players in A, and they had one, their inner guy was basically inside connector, so they kind of had almost 5 players on A, which is a really good reaction, because as I just mentioned, NiP never really have gone yard, because it's worked for them every single time they go there, they get good results. And it's much more, the variables there, they can control much better than if they try to rush inner when you kind of don't know what's going to happen. With A, they can use their setups, they can slow push it, they can trade. It's much easier to handle. But this time we'll see Dennis picking up a kill onto Friberg with the AWP. So he's picked it up as well as Maikelele. Now they have money. And we have also a quick kill from Fox there up on the inner area. So Get Right trying to get an entry there will be denied. Now G2 have a significant advantage. They just got Forest and Allu AWPing and not much more. I mean, Xizt has got no HP, so I wouldn't expect him to have a good time here. But Allu is going to pick up a kill. So 3 versus 4 with a minute left to go, and the bomb can be collected as well by Xizt. But the problem is that the problem that they have now is that they need to get another kill here, because CT rotation is really good between both bomb sites. So they just need to get picks, and they've got some time to try to do so.
So double AWPs. NiP will be familiar with the common AWP spots on the CT side, of which Maikelele was in one of them. Forest running distraction now towards the B bomb site. But again, there's many angles to cover, and there is one of them, Fox, going down. But Twist has taken down Allu, meaning it's a 3 versus 2, so CT still have an opportunity to do something here. Oh, I'm just going to look away and get the bomb out just at the wrong time. Forced to trade it, but now it's him alone, and he will get taken down by the AWP Maikelele. So G2 finishing with 4 rounds on the CT side. That is basically a catastrophic half for them.
Yeah, they kind of got a reset at every available opportunity. They couldn't really find a way to string rounds together, and it's mostly credit to NiP's mechanics. We saw that the way to stop it, again, we were talking about it earlier, is that G2 needed to get aggressive in yard. Once they started to do that, they had a better opportunity, because once NiP get into yard, that is just too hard to stop for them. So either way, we're into the next half, and G2 look like they want to run a strat. They're probably going to try to run they're going to try to take the bomb with them through spawn into B. I'll have to see, we've got Xizt here. He's looking for the quick frags. He's going to find himself 2, but needs to go for the reload. So he is down now, and the bomb can make its way to either bomb site at this point. 3 versus 3. And this is quite a hard one to call.
Yeah, that was great positioning by Get Right in reaction to those frags, but we'll come back to that. Trades for both teams. Now it's allu alone versus 2. He's got the range advantage. Oh, not on Dennis, so he's picked up a USPS. So we'll see, he is chasing. Hasn't taken any damage yet. Dennis down 7 HP. And all that's required is a headshot from Maikelele. Close range with a Glock, one shot will be enough, and that's going to be that. G2 with a fighting start here on the second half.
Yeah, and if we talk about anti-ecos, like, anti-force buys, like, where do you want to take your anti-force buy? I remember having this discussion with Threat when, so taking tactical pause here, so they're probably discussing the same thing. And I had this discussion with Threat, we were asking each other, you know, okay, what do you think is the best anti-force buy strat for the T's in a map like this? And we both came to the conclusion that we felt like with proper grenades, in theory, B should be better, because once you take it away from the CTs, even if they get through connector, the ranges favor you and the engagements favor you. Because one of the ways you get back into a round is with the pistols, with worse weapons, is using the element of distraction to cause like one player to have to look left when one of your teammates is going to peek him on the right side, you know, stuff like this. That's very hard to do on the B-bomb site because all the engagements are in front of you. Whereas on the A-bomb site, all the engagements can be behind you, on the sides, you know, people can run around the trains. It can get very confusing very quickly. So that's one way to think about it. But there are, of course, you know, many more ways to tackle it than just one. But that was one that during that conversation which we favored. I don't know if you have a preference on from any theoretical standpoint.
I would need to think about it for an extended period of time in order to give you an opinion, Dan. Which isn't me being trolly. I'm serious. Like, you know, because of the nature of the map, I would have to. It's a very difficult one because there are so many. It's almost like a minefield if you're approaching as T against an anti-eco from the CT. So it's a tricky one.
I'm curious also how NiP will react because they have the force buy and they've got to predict, you know, what are G2 actually going to do here, and they got lots of time to think about this. So they could definitely just say to themselves, all right, we can gamble on the B site, like a rush timing on the B site or something. But if G2 something that I think they should do is no matter what they do, they should have that, you know, period of passivity at the start of the round, which stops the TTs from being able to have an effective round with a strategy like gambling for an early timing. You eliminate the possibility for early timings as a terrorist by just chilling at the start of the round. And most terrorist top-level teams do actually do that on their anti-force buys before they reveal their hand and reveal the killing blow. So yeah, it's really tough on this map. Really tough. I mean, they could try to stack as well into the A bomb site and just save into the next round. They could play like, you know, 2 guys outside pop or 2 guys alley. You know, play 1 guy, you know, close to the team main. There's lots of ways to handle this. So we've had a lot of time to talk about it. Let's see what they actually go for.
Hey, this is the first time I remember in recent memory seeing Get Right with Kevlar and Julies. Double scouts coming in.
Not
Get
for
Right.
long.
Yeah, no helmet. He's going to get eliminated immediately. So a bit of anti-climax there, but there's still 1 scout in play for the CTs. They've only taken down Rain. So far, so good for G2. So Fox jumps to his death there. See if Friberg and allu can do any more. Twist is in danger of being taken down here. He's got to be careful. And if he's the first to go down, should any more G2 players go down, then things might get interesting. Nice tag there by Friberg. And Dennis will be finished off for free. But you know where Friberg is. Twist does go down. So it's Maikelele versus Friberg. No kit. I'm guessing he's not going to have time now. He's flashed himself, but he is trying to make it there. Ooh, that was actually pretty close. If he got the crosshair in the right place, that would have been the round, I think. Yeah,
so G2 have successfully won themselves that anti-force buy round, and NiP have to go for the full save, of which G2 will be fully aware. So we'd expect, you know, a similar approach as to the one that NiP took, you know, which is just going for the fast engagements in yard because it's just so powerful, especially, you know, if your team is good with trading with each other and coloring angles together. Should be fine here, and G2 are going indeed for exactly that, just that, going outside fast, using the rifle, using the ranges and the SMGs, and there's not much left of NiP when all is said and done.
How does the medicine taste, NiP? It's going to taste bad. They are getting their own dosage now from G2. Bit of revenge as they start to close the score. But the real question is, what is going to happen on the buy round? We wait to find out. Ooh, wreckage all over connector.
So again, I think NiP should be quite quite wary of G2's ability to aim them down on the picking game. So that's something to be very wary about. I think even like multiple orbs for NiP could be quite good in that sense. But that said, that said as well, I think that also plays into how G2 want to attack this T side. So I'm really looking forward to seeing G2's approach, because when you have a team with this much individual skill, it's there's lots of ways for them to use that can make things work.
So it's Maikelele's turn to peek, but his teammates being taken down through the smoke. Maikelele's going to trade. Very nice headshot there. Just popped out like a ninja, no pun intended. 4 versus 4. Bomb is still down in a passive position here to be picked up once they make a decision based on this pick. You can see it around the A main area. Fox looking. Fox finding. The trade coming in, a quarter of a nade. Friberg going to take him down. More trades coming in favour of the T's now. 3 versus 2. Still a minute on the clock. There's lots of time for G2 to play with.
Oh, Gerrard's going to go down though. That was a really big opportunity for NiP. Now Forrest has to do some crazy stuff to get himself back into this one. 3 players. He's going to actually see them all coming into this, like, more or less. Doesn't have the X-ray, but he'll see the nade from that play. He saw the other one cross, so he knows they're both by the bomb itself, and he'll go for the next peek. And they're using grenades RG2 very, very well to stop Forrest from actually getting those long-range engagements that could actually win him the round, and instead just waiting it out. So this is a really good approach. There's a Molotov on Rain as well. That should be the GG Molotov, but he's not actually in Maikelele's position where he should be with a Molotov. But it's not going to matter actually, because of course Rain will get the kill onto Forrest anyway, and that'll be that. Speaking of those Molotovs, FlipSide have been running rounds. I think it was FlipSide. Yeah, I believe so, where they actually have 2 Molotovs, and they actually send both of them to the upper position, so they can kill like 15 seconds of the timer with the Molotovs on that site. It's kind of nuts.
Nice. Well, NiP are back on the eco once more, and G2, I mean, we thought they were down and out, but they are quickly, with the destruction of the C2 economy before it even started, catching up very fast indeed. And if they can just keep breaking NiP, then who knows who's going to win this match. But NiP, even in the rounds they've been losing, they've been taking a lot of G2 players with them, which means that G2, if they are to lose a round, they may be on the brink of either a force buy or even an eco. And then who knows what happens after that. So much to play for in this match.
The flank is not going to happen. Rain too smart for that. Xizt goes down, and with it will be the chances for NiP to win this round, as the rest are cleaned up by Fox in yard. And this is kind of what I was talking about, when I felt like this match could be close. Of course, it's easier to say that also after the fact, but it's the fact that the reason why NiP are good at this map is kind of the similar reason why G2 should be good at it if they drill it like a lot more. The skill on these players is out of this world, and once they get into yard, it's just so hard to win those angels because they are so strong in that regard. So NiP now with double AWP, and Forrest and allu are AWPing, and Forrest is fantastic with the AWP. This could really work out for them.
Get right, he messed up his smoke into main, but actually ended up being a really good smoke for Hotdog. And allu almost, with that messed up smoke, gets a frag into main as well, so that could have been hilariously good for NiP, but no frags as of yet for either side. Yeah,
and it's fine though for NiP because they have decent positions. But the problem is that Gerrard's kind of alone by Aleksi Fox here, so he's really in trouble if they try to pinch him. However, he's lucky in that the attack wasn't super coordinated. It was just one player peeking at a time, meaning that the trades can go the way of NiP. 4 versus 3. And it's going to be burned out of position. And now G2 have an opportunity to get in here. They've moved some of the CT players around, but Gerrard, will he be spotted? Yes, he will. He'll get out of there in time without being fragged, as Fox picks up a kill onto allu, and now Fox comes back in. It's a very crazy round in yard, but it's one in which Forrest will exert himself fully. 3 kills for him with the AWP, and he has no fear getting up and close with that thing.
Good decision making by allu there as well. Just as he went through that smoke around the corner from Ivy, Twist was behind him and just tried to shoot through the box. You saw allu with the X-ray just turn behind him, but he knew he couldn't move back. He had to run forward through the flames in order to I won't say guarantee survival, but give himself the best chance. So good decision making by him, and of course nice up close AWPing there from Forrest, who never ceases to impress with that big green or yellow today gun. And
yeah. I mean, we got the push coming in from inner from NiP, so they are going for a mix-up, and it's Forrest, and he's going to get the kill. Instant snapback, though, and oh, you have to be joking. Unreal kill from Twist there, that second one onto Friberg. out of this world. And now G2 have an excellent opportunity to finish the round. They have so much time to coordinate themselves into a push, play the trades, and it should be a 12-10 scoreline for them. In goes Rain, Xizt is going to get dropped, and now it's just Get Right and allu who stand to try to stop this. Nice flash, he's going to pick up a kill as Get Right. It's Rain down, but the bomb is going to be planted.
Well, Twist with 6 HP, has an AK, just needs to find the head if he's fast enough. I think allu maybe saw his feet or something, but there he goes. Now, Get Right versus 2, but Maikelele has an angle with the AWP. This should be very difficult indeed. Get Right has a kit, but no smoke. He's going to come in. Maikelele's missed a shot, and it's the trade fragger in this situation will get the last kill for the team. And this is actually an excellent situation for G2 in that they're putting NiP back on the eco, but there was a bit of money on NiP, so they we'll see what their money's like at the end of the round. Ooh, they're going to go for the force. They've got a 2-round advantage. They're going to play with it. They can double eco afterwards if they need to. Get right with Nova and no armor. I like it, Dan. I like it.
He was notorious in the previous editions of Train to be, you know, really, really great inner player, very good with the aggressions. So of course, inner allows you to be kind of a lurker, definitely. And he's going to take himself a sneaky position behind the planks there. As we will have G2 moving in. And Twist is up on high, so there's not much really for Get Right to do in his position. He's stalking Twist, but Twist will spot him, and that's going to be a 12-11 scoreline. So the force comes up short, and NiP now will need an eco before they can buy again. And G2 look like they could really swing this map because they have NiP in economic dire straits.
Such a desperate situation when you're the only man left for your team. The whole team, opposing team is alive, and all you have is a Nova. In that situation, not so good. As much as I love Novas, there's a time and a place. So NiP, of course, on the eco, and again, it's almost a mirror image of the first half where the T's are just running through and just killing people. allu's going to get a cursory frag and then get taken down. Well, this has got really interesting now. Xizt and Friberg. Well, Xizt has full health. Friberg with the USP is going to leave the building. So just Xizt versus 2 now.
Yeah, his pistol skills are pretty sick. That's another kill for Xizt. He's making the P2000 look way better than it really is. And Maikelele is left alive with the Tech 9 and AK. He's got Xizt against the ropes. But Xizt is going to get peeked and he's going to die. Very unfortunate there for Xizt. I wanted to see that happen. That would have been legendary. But Xizt will fall. But he did do a lot of damage at least. And that kind of damage is going to be important in a situation like this, because if NiP lose this round, they can still, they could actually force or eco into a very good buy afterwards, and by doing so, they could actually have G2 against the ropes if they get like 4 kills or something in this one. And there's 2 AWPs that have been purchased, so
2 AWPs on the T side.
Yeah, so it could be good if NiP actually do damage here.
Well, let's see. One of the AWPs is going towards Ivy. Dennis has come out through the smoke, and he's going to get himself 1 frag before taking down the rain. But Dennis still gets a second one. I had no idea. allu couldn't see him through the smoke, and that's going to be a massive disadvantage for NiP. A man down already, starting to even things up. Forest pushing through smoke as well. They're going to put the man advantage back in their favour, and here we go. 3 versus 1 now, and it's Fox with the AWP to try and clutch it. How is he going to avoid getting trade frags with an AWP?
Forest is beast today. Can he get the next kill? Yes, he will. 2 tags straight up. 4K from him. And, you know, this is another reason why I want to pick him is I saw him playing on FPL. I was watching all the streams today, just casually. And I saw he was just beasting in every FPL game, James. Forest is a force to be reckoned with. And I was kind of, I like him a lot more on Dust 2 than I like him on Train as well. So we have a lot of cool action coming up ahead, but NiP retake control of the match potentially. G2 having to force fully buy, and they don't have a lot of money left. So this is an incredibly pivotal round for both teams as we enter the very late stages of this Train match.
I would love to see NiP double AWP more often, because in terms of the old Titan, Forest is quickly tier, just without the vac down.
Well, I mean, against some teams, they love to bring Forest and allu onto the AWP on the T sides, which is really cool on Dust 2. One of the best teams are doing that, NiP.
Well, G2 have expended a lot of their grenades. They still have 2 smokes left, so should they choose to push B, then they've got 1 to go towards connector. Get right, though. It's going to disable one of those smokes, taking down Maikelele. So Fox has distributed his one. So what is the play here from G2? It's 4 versus 4. Seems the play is picks for the time being. Indeed, Twist will get a pick down towards Ivy. So Ninjas in Pyjamas on crutches now in this round.
Yeah, oh, Friberg might be caught moving. Yes, Dennis gets the kill, and that is an open B bomb site for G2, and they know it. In comes allu though. The angle is held, but looks like allu's able to bait a shot out and almost was going to sneak through, but he was very aware that he could get caught by some enemy Ts, and there is one coming from CT spawn as well. He's going to have his back to him. Dennis will get the frag, and it's just Get Right who has to just save his weapon. There's no chance, no hope to win this round in this position, so it will be one for G2. And if we check the money, let's have a quick look. NiP just won one, so they're going to get $1,400 in addition to what they have now, which leaves them on very, very little, like something like between 1,400 and 3K across the team. So they're going to have to, if they want a good buy, they actually have to double eco. If you know, otherwise it's and I mean they kind of can do that. I mean that is an option. But I don't know, we'll see what NiP decide to go, because it's really hard to make the call here. It's marginal considering how close we are to the end of this match.
Yeah, and the lost bonuses keep getting resets. So this is getting tricky. Well, let's see what the players... It's going to be Get Right with the M4 and the rest of them on the pistols, which are almost just as dangerous as we've seen here on this CT side. Again, oh, that's a good start there. Normally the CTs, well, the CTs get to the angle much earlier, but obviously G2, knowing the eco is coming, will peek it with no fear, and the first frag will go the way of G2.
Yeah, they've been playing really well on their T side, and it's allu though to get the trade onto Rain. That might give a chance here for NiP as we get the bit of an altercation there that Xizt will come out on top of. This guy has been beast with the pistols here on this train match so far today, as now it's 3 versus 3, but still a massive advantage for G2, and this is great for G2 to be honest. I mean, they can, again, they got loads of time, they can just sit still, and well, Fox is going to sit still and find a kill on allu, which is even better. So now they're just going to attack one bomb site together, play the trades, and it's a simple victory, or at least that's how it should be.
Friberg's positioning is quite interesting. I'm curious if G2 were to choose the B bomb site, if they would go for the default plant or try and plant it on the side, which gives them a lot more flexibility. Although with the personnel they have remaining, they can't really afford to take such a risk. You can see Friberg moving underneath the upper position on B. It's a bit of a blind spot as well, and obviously it's a risk for G2 to take. If you bear in mind the angle they have to hold if they check it from upper.
We might have a fight there towards allu though. We do have Xizt and Fox very close. Fox basically just cleared most of this bomb site, but he didn't spot Xizt right at the back, and Xizt, he's only got 7 HP. That is not a lot. One bullet on any of his limbs will take him down. And here comes Friberg from connector. Friberg with an impossible task, just as Xizt has an impossible task. In fact, Xizt is going to save his AK, which is very smart. Friberg is going to get eliminated by Dennis, and that's going to be the round over for NiP. G2, they're going to take the lead here against NiP on train. And again, we can just double check the money. And it's going to be $1,900 now for NiP, in addition to what you see here. So that's going to put them around 4K for Xizt, Get Right, and allu, and or just above that, 4 to 45. And Friberg and Forest don't have really any money, like 2.5K. So really awful situation on the buy. But of course, at least Xizt saved that AK. That really makes a big difference.
So many T rounds for both of these teams. Both had a completely decimated economy on the CT side. Get Right now going for the P90. Which again, if you can just pop around the corner, that could work wonders, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, could look like G2 wanted a faster round there into Nygaard. And Dennis takes the kill onto Xizt. Great stuff there from him. Now as a Get Right feels some pressure, like he has to do something with his P90. He can't just let them sit on this one player advantage. He's going to go into the smoke there by Popdog. And we are seeing, you know, since the patch, it seems like it's really heavily affected a lot of teams' ability to play a CT side as they were previously. And it seems even to be more exacerbated on train. Now, G2 just playing the waiting game once again. They've been doing this very well so far. Made in there onto Get Right's position, but he seems unfazed.
So here comes a pop flash from Dennis. And Get Right looks way too late. Got the wrong angle, gets taken down. 5 versus 3 now. And that's going to cause a full rotation. NiP had 2 players on the B bomb site. They're coming in out of position, smoked off, maybe flashed as well. And he's going to take down Rain. Oh, is he going to see Twist in time? Maikelele just spins and snaps his head off, so it's Friberg versus 3. And he more or less... Well, he has to try and go for this. He has a kit. But the bomb is so exposed, he almost has full nades, but he's missing the crucial smoke. Traded by Twist. That's going to be match point for Gamers 2. Could not have expected this in the first half. What a great comeback. And the game has exploded.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one cool thing as well is that you can really see how much the update has really changed things, because I mean, CT sides have really been struggling. And this is a map where you really need to be able to win battles with the rifle, especially up close. And one of the best weapons for that on this map was the M4A1S, of course, because the silencer really helped out. If you consider how many smokes go down and the fact you don't fire as tracers, the rate of fire has been lowered as well, which makes it much worse close up, because your DPS is just lower, and it has lower armor penetration as well, so it just does less damage as well as that.
They haven't reduced the armor penetration.
Oh, they didn't. Okay.
No.
Well, that might be coming at some point, because I think they said that they're not going to change it back.
Yeah, they were going to, but then they messed up the actual updating of it.
Okay, yeah.
And they said, well, we thought it was necessary, but maybe it won't be. But they have to see, because obviously there's a knee-jerk reaction. Oh, I'm not going to use the silence M4A4 anymore, M4A1. But some people will go back to it.
I've seen the player that I've seen really. Well, there's been a bunch of players sticking to it, but Adren has been the most notable for me lately.
We'll come back
He's
to
done
it.
super well. But yeah, into the round here, this could be G2 winning against NiP, and it's looking pretty damn fantastic for them now. 4 versus 2, and NiP don't have much to work with. Xizt on a CZ and 14 HP. This guy's always on low HP. What's with this? Has he got some kind of illness? Starts off the round with less health or something. He always seems to be low. Either way, Friberg's going to come in. He's going to save the day for NiP. There's one kill. Xizt gets one around the side as well, and Friberg in the distraction is going to open up a frag for Xizt, but he's got 14 HP, James.
He's got no kit. Is there a kit to be found anywhere? He's picked up an AK, which is going to be a great help, but Fox doesn't really need to peek. He'll do the. He'll finish it off with confidence. So 16-13. After the first half, again, that is a massive surprising win there for Gamers 2. Great comeback. And again, they just did to NiP what NiP did to them, but even better, you might argue. Just crushing the CT economy from start to finish. NiP, they had some glimpses of a hope to get something going, but whenever they won a round, they lost the round afterwards straight away. Yeah. So congratulations to Gamers 2, putting NiP on a loss in the first match of their 3 matches today in the FACEIT League.
It's funny, we didn't see a single outside execute, smoke execute, which is basically the bread and butter of executes on the map, because both teams felt so confident. And on the T sides, right now, you're almost removing some of your advantage from this new update to do that now, because again, look how strong the engagements are for the Ts. The peaking is just better now with this update. The AK is pound for pound I don't know if that really works, but it's a better gun than the M4 A1S, and the fact that had a silencer as well really helped with all the smokes and just how this map works, because the trains and the angles you can be fired from like electric box, but you can't tell where you're getting hit from, like stuff like that's like really important. It makes a lot of little edges go in the way of the CTs, but that's all gone now. All about the T. This is the era of the terrorists, James.
Well, there are no easy games here at the FACEIT League. NiP's next opponent will be TSM, coming up in about 10 minutes, so stay tuned. Also, today we're going to be doing a giveaway on Twitter for some of those plug things, those ninja knives.
Plugs?
Some forest or something like that, I don't know.
I wish they were like
we'll get a picture up.
Rubber duckies, that'd be great.
We'll get a picture up in a bit. We need to trade them onto the right account. See you in 10 minutes.